Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Recently I bought a Nintendo Switch. I've been waiting a long time to finally be able to get my hands on this thing, and I finally was able to do it. I ended up getting the one with the neon Joy-Cons, which I think is just the best way to go because colors, who doesn't like colors? But anyway, shortly after I picked up the Nintendo Switch and I started playing some games on it, started playing games like West of Loathing, started playing Paladins quite a bit, and recently I got Super Mario Odyssey. But before Odyssey, when I was playing Paladins, I was just using the comfort grip that came with the Nintendo Switch. While, pretty decent, I felt like when I was playing Paladins that if I just had a little bit more control, if I had a more of a traditional feel in my hands as far as the controller goes, then maybe I would be doing a little bit better. So I started thinking I need to get another controller, but I'm too cheap to buy the Pro controller, at least right now. I'm like, I don't really need that. I just need the feel. I don't need all the bells and whistles, at least not right now. So I was doing a little bit of research, and then that's when I came across these PowerA controllers. They've been around for a long time. This is nothing new, but it was new to me. So I picked up this one right here that has the design from Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And let me tell you, these PowerA controllers, in the time that I've been using these things, they are really good. And the whole thing about them is they are cheap. You find them in just about any of your big box retail stores, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStop, they have these. And the price is not bad either. I think I paid like $24.99 for this particular controller. But if they go on sale, you can get them for around 20 bucks. Maybe if you got a coupon or something, you get it for a little bit cheaper. But as far as replacement or additional controllers go for the Nintendo Switch, this is a pretty good option to go for. And it's an officially licensed Nintendo product, which is always good. And the whole kicker is the design on these controllers is just crazy. This is a very nice looking controller. Designs like this on controllers usually are reserved for like special editions, and you spend more money just so you can get that artwork that's put on the console and the controller as well. But I'm really happy that PowerA put in the work to create these beautiful, beautiful controllers. And these aren't decals like you can just peel off or anything. No, this is actually built right here into the controller, and it's really wonderful. So anyway, this is the Breath of the Wild version, but over at Walmart, I also saw like Bowser, I saw a Donkey Kong one, a Mario one, I saw a Splatoon themed one that, if I was into Splatoon, that probably would have been the one that I would have gotten because it's a black controller and you have all those neon colors with the pinks and the greens, and that contrast just works really, really well for a controller. But there's plenty to choose from. And if you have a Nintendo Switch and you don't want to spend the 50, 60 bucks, wherever it's going to be whenever you buy it, for the Pro controller, and you just want to have something that feels more traditional, I really do think you should give these PowerA controllers a go and check them out. Ergonomically, they're very similar to of course, like an Xbox One controller, just in the way that all the buttons are laid out, how the analog sticks are laid out, where the D-pad is. The Xbox controller has kind of become this de facto controller style that a lot of third parties tend to go with, as opposed to copying the PlayStation 4's controller, which is good because these are really good controllers. So yeah, they look very similar, and the only difference, really, well, one of the bigger differences is that these controllers, these PowerA controllers, for one, they're not wireless. You do need to have a USB cable. It comes with a USB cable. It's a little bit weird because it has to fit inside of this hole that's at the top of the controller. So that specific USB cable that comes with it is a little bit strange because on one end it also has sort of like it's long enough to fit inside of this hole. And then at the same time, it has like a little split in the USB to make it fit. That's like one of the biggest criticisms I have. I wish that they hadn't made that so special, and instead, made it like, regular controllers where the micro USB is just completely exposed, and you don't have to worry about, thinking whether or not the cables that you currently have, if that's going to work or not, or if it's going to slide out or anything like that. That's my biggest criticism about it. But this is a pretty bare bones controller. You are not going to get the HD rumble feature. There's no rumble in this thing. There is no gyroscope. It is completely just basic. and you have all the standard buttons that you would have on the normal Switch controller, plus, minus, the screenshot button, and the home button, and really that's all you need. So if you're looking for the most basic type of controller, then yeah, you'll feel right at home with this guy. The buttons on the controller feel good. The analog sticks, they have a nice raised texture around them, so you can really feel where your thumbs are. And the buttons, at least the shoulder buttons and the bumper buttons, they're not clickety clackety. They're really more, they're dampened, so they really have more of a thumping sound as opposed to like a tick 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 sound. And that's fine. You know, I do wish, you know, just overall that there was more travel in the triggers, similar to what you would get with a PlayStation 4 controller or an Xbox One controller. But you know, whatever. It's still pretty good. You know, we're talking about a $25 controller, and it looks really great. It's lightweight. Having a lightweight controller might be a good thing for you. It might be seen as a bad thing for some people. It kind of just depends on what your particular style is. But, you know, keeping in mind that there's nothing else going on inside here that's special, you know, because it's a wire controller. The wire, by the way, is about 8 feet long. So that's pretty long. So I'm able to play the Switch with it being, you know, right there by the TV, and I'm sitting like in a recliner. You just got to be kind of, you know, you got to remember not to go back, you know, too far, because if the Switch, if I pull this thing, it would just hit the ground and that'll be it for the Switch. So that's the only thing, but I just want to share that with you guys because I'm really impressed with the way that these controllers came out and the way that they look. I looked at all of them, and the decals are just really, really nice that they put on here. And I think that the Breath of the Wild version was one of the nicer ones. I think GameStop has one on there as well, also for Breath of the Wild, but I think it's also I think the controller is black, so that looks really, really cool, Tron-esque, if you will. But this is a very nice controller as well. So for fellow Switch owners out there, or future Switch owners out there wanting to get a controller, take a look at these officially licensed PowerA controllers. Find them all over the place. There's bound to be a design on these controllers that you will like and that you will appreciate. I am going to continue to enjoy this controller. I'm going to continue to enjoy Super Mario Odyssey and Paladins and West of Loathing and whatever else I decide to pick up on Nintendo Switch. It's a pretty great machine. So thank you everyone for watching this video while I gush over this controller. It really is a nice one. Until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.